시베리아 플러스.
All of this beneath me is called Tiger Forest, which in Siberia literally means cold jungle. The reputation, as bitter as its weather, is gonna be one of my toughest challenges yet. I've got a few basic survival tools in my pack, and my camera crew is coming with me. Okay, this is it. This height, get it wrong, and you're gonna shatter your legs or spine. I've got to fight to keep my body relaxed as I tumble.
5방향 터보샷으로 더 깨끗하게.
This place is just eerily still. And it's like this whole forest is frozen in time. It's just snow and trees, you know, as far as you can see. It's so hard to see which way you have to go. I'm gonna see if I can get up this tree. I reckon if I can get like most of the way up this, I should be able to get a nice view out over the forest and get my bearings. And what I can then do with this is tie it around my boots in a bowline, through the loop, round the tree, back down the hole. Okay, give us a camera and we'll see what we can see from up there. The string around my boots gives me extra grip and acts as a clamp around the trunk. Yeah, it's working quite nicely. Look, giving me good grip. If I get up to these, I can then cut that. Half these branches are dead, look. Now I can see where I've got to go. Okay, this is about as high as I can get up this tree. And really that's where I should be heading. Oh, roundly hills. Pretty spiky, these branches. 인생은 고통이야. We know which way we're going. That way.
응급수술을 했어요.
But it's still all too easy to get lost. Always have a backup plan. I rely on an old army technique of following rivers. It's an old dried out stream bed. And actually when we're on selection for the special forces, they always used to say to us, in an extreme place like this, you can learn from the animals how to survive. Look, you see all of these cedar cones underneath this tree. But it looks like the squirrels have got at these. And look, you see all of these squirrel tracks. Just loads and loads of them, all the way around here. And in many ways, nuts are the ultimate survival food. You know, loads of good fats and oils, vitamins and energy. What I'm going to try and do is get the squirrels themselves. I'm going to make a snare with some dead wood. And the key with snares is to lure the squirrels into them. And the way you do that is to make it easy for them. And look, this is going to be much easier for a squirrel to go up, but they're going to like to use this. I'm going to make a noose out of my paracord. A shoelace would work too. What I want to do is make the hole about kind of that big, enough for a squirrel to get its head through, put it in the middle of the branch. And you know, all animals out here are just locked in this battle for survival. You know, they're all desperate for food. And even the squirrels out here have been known to turn really vicious. And there's one story of some squirrels actually attacking a dog, clawing it, biting it to death, eating all of its guts, and then disappearing. That's how desperate these animals get. It's so harsh out here,
You've got to grab whatever you can to stay alive. I'm determined to get a squirrel come hell or high water. To improve the odds, I'm going to set another trap with wire that I've pulled from the inside of my rucksack.
Fingers crossed for squirrel pie. And in Siberia, the weather can change in the blink of an eye. And if you're caught out here, big storm, high winds, in this forest, this amount of snow, visibility be almost zero. And if you just sat down and did nothing, you'd freeze to death. So what you need to do is find some sort of emergency shelter.
Sometimes you just need a place to rest up. You don't need anything fancy, just something you can knock up in minutes to keep you out of the elements. Place some branches along the fallen trunk for the basic roof.
You want to be able to do it in, let's say, 15 minutes if the weather really turns.
Sphagnum moss is a good insulator and stops your body losing heat from the frozen ground. Just carve off big chunks to make a mattress.
And a few of those will be enough for me to lie on my chest and keep all my upper organs nice and warm. And fire really just makes a world of difference. You know, suddenly you just feel human again. And really, I just want to rest here for a bit, warm up, and just take a bit of time. Oh man, that feels good. Woo!
The first trap's been triggered, but the squirrels got away. Maybe I'll have more luck with the second.
Hey, I think we've got something. Yeah, look. You know, if I'm honest, I'm pretty amazed. You know, I only had time to set 2 traps. You know, that's a 50% hit rate, which is pretty. Okay, he's gonna take this noose off and cook him. If he wasn't frozen, I'd just be able to skin and gut and cook all of this. But literally, he is frozen solid. Absolutely rigid.
The best way is to scrape off the fur and cook shavings of the meat over the fire.
Man, what a pleasant surprise. So many of the things I eat are like terrible, but this is wonderful.
I'm after what Siberian hunters consider a delicacy.
And there you go. You can see that's its brain there. It's like kind of frozen pate.
I need to get moving and get warm.
Really, to stand any chance of being spotted in these forests, you need to reach higher ground. So what I'm going to do is try and get to the top of this ridge up there.
There's barely anything to eat, so when you come across something, you've got to go for it.
Yeah, it's definitely badam. You can actually eat these. Not so much the green ones, because they're quite bitter, but the brown ones. And you know, they're not going to taste great, but there's a little bit of energy. But what these will also do is help cure like stomach problems. So if you've got like, there you go, if you've got like diarrhea, you eat a load of this, it will bung you up. Don't want to eat too much of it though, otherwise you'll end up constipated. Go on then, last burst of energy.
You've got to keep pushing yourself. Nearly there.
Okay, we're up. I can see the top of the ridge. This area is looking pretty clear. It's about as high as I can get around here. The heli should be able to spot me.
The whole point of a signal fire is to get as much smoke as possible so it can be seen from a long distance. The smoke also helps any aircraft get an idea of the wind direction. And then I can hear the rotors.
There you go.
And they've spotted my smoke signal. The challenges of Siberia have been extreme. It's determination and willpower that will help you make it through the coldest place on Earth. But I wouldn't have missed it for the world.